It's Farrell with Junction City today. I'm here with Natalie Collins. She has written a book called The Biz Plan Book, correct?
Yes.
Either I'm extremely intelligent or I saw it written down right there.
Saw it written down.
So
He's good.
Can you tell me what your book is about?
You bet. So I help entrepreneurs, and one of the things that entrepreneurs have a hard time and struggle with is actually getting their uniqueness out of themselves and either into their content, into their courses, out into the world. And so I've had the same issue. And so I sat down and said, how can I get this stuff out of me? And so I put it into a workbook that I have a lot of people who absolutely love going through it every year and figuring out what their content is throughout the year through a very organic, easy process.
So you say it's a workbook. It ain't like we use in school in a workbook, was it? Where you had
It
to
is.
fill
Do you
out
want to look
answers?
through it?
Oh, is it really? I'm gonna have bad memories. Oh, it is one of those books. Look, I don't know if I can make it work or not. It's probably backwards. It's real workbooks. Remember in school, I hated those things.
Well,
Of course, I'm not trying to run a business either. I may need to look into this.
so in the workbook portion of this, what it does is it actually walks people through their individual ideas and stuff they have. One of the things with entrepreneurs is that they have a whole lot of ideas and don't know where to focus things. I think it's not only entrepreneurs. There's a lot of people like that. But this really helps them hone in and focus on what they can share in their first quarter, the first month of the quarter, second month, third month, going into creating their products that wrap around that becomes a natural marketing tool for them. So when you get scared of looking at workbooks, I don't want to.
I don't know if it's just scared. I think it's just me in general. I actually need one of these for my life. If I can get a workbook to help me put my life together, my wife
Maybe
would
I'll work on
appreciate
that
it.
next.
There you go. My wife would appreciate it. I mean, I'm just. So, when did you start writing this? And
I published the first one in 2016. So it's been going on for four years. This is the fourth rendition.
oh yeah,
Yeah. So, and I bring it out every year because it's something that really helps the community get their head straight on what it is that they're doing. Because I really feel and I see with my students and my coaching clients that we all have a uniqueness that we bring to the table. And we can't always see that uniqueness for ourselves. And so this is the beginning stage of really starting to draw all that out.
And I guess it's kind of the same thing. My friend Amy, she told me one day, she's like, when you're doing something, don't follow somebody else. Don't try to be somebody else because there's only one Farrell. Only you can be you.
Yeah, exactly.
So don't try to be Jim or Steve or whatever.
Right.
So I guess this would help in learning to.
That's exactly what it is
that.
because, we all have different passions and stuff in our lives. But you may have a passion and I may have a passion about something either the same or similar, but it's going to be in a different way. And so your unique perspective and my unique perspective are going to be different when it's brought out into the world. And so through all your unique interviews and stuff that you do, you have that uniqueness that you bring to the table. And it's the same with everyone else. We all have this part of us that is designed differently, and yet we have similarities so that we can relate to other people and then also bring our uniqueness into the fold so that it brings other people value.
Just put your own spin on things.
Exactly.
So do you have a website?
I do. If you are interested in this or want to learn more about it, it's bizplanbook.com. Made it easy.
There you go. Easy. So do you have a phone number? I know you have a website. Do you have a Facebook page or anything like that at all? Or do you?
I do. If you were to go onto Facebook and type in Natalie Marie Collins, Marie, you can find me on there. I do have a website with a page. I have a personal website around that. I'm all over with that stuff. So it's pretty easy to find me.
It helps a lot. Alrighty, so get the book. You know what? Don't listen to me about workbooks not being any good. I mean, this one will actually help you out. So it doesn't have lame stories about George Washington like you had when you was a kid.
There are no real stories in this. There's a little bit of how it got created, but there are no
It's just a
lame
workbook.
stories about
Just do
Washington.
this. Well, that was. I mean, there can't be a lame story about George Washington, but yeah, it's. You know what? Actually, okay, let me back up. This could help a person like me because I have such a short attention span. I'm like, I'm going to do this and this and this, and I think I can do it this way, and then 20 minutes later, I've totally forgotten about it.
Right.
So when you have this, you can just jot it down and.
You can jot it down, and if you forget 20 minutes later, you can go back and look at it and say, "Oh yeah, I was gonna make a post about that today."
Yeah, that's a great idea.
Yeah.
I won't follow through with it, but I think it's a great idea. Maybe if I apply myself better, I would be more successful.
It helps you to wrap your brain around what it is you can do. So sometimes through your own natural organic process, sometimes it'll work and sometimes it won't. When it comes to, 20 minutes later, you might come up with something. But if you have something that's written down, it's that trigger and it reminds you, that's what I wanted to do. That's what I was inspired to do.
I was just going to say, I like to think I'm funny, and I'm really not. But I always think of something that I think is funny. I'm like, I'm going to write, no, I'll remember that. And then
you don't.
An hour later, I'm like, what was that? Because it was hilarious.
I know. So that's what the notes section is for. And then there's also, in each of the months, there's a brainstorm. So there's calendars, there's a weekly version and a monthly version. There's little ideas and brainstorming area. So if you have like a little quote or something that you want to write down, it's good to write that down. If you have an email list that you want to email out to, you have followers or whatnot, you can create this area right here where you're like, oh, I want to tell my followers about this.
Yeah.
And just make little jots and notes about what you want to create your newsletters around.
That's a great idea. That's a very good idea. All righty, Natalie. Well, thank you so much for talking with me. Make sure you go to her website. Make sure you buy a book, maybe 2 copies. You know what? Get them for people's birthdays and Christmas and stuff.
Yeah.
Every Easter, it's like pastel. It's pretty close to Easter colors, isn't it?
Yeah.
Maybe. All righty, but well, thank you so much for watching Junction City Today. I almost forgot the name of the show. That's horrible.
Gotta write it down.
Yeah, right.